You're live.
You're live, okay. Good evening, welcome to the July 8th, 2026 Parks Board meeting. Present, Mr. Alan Hobbs, Commissioner Alan Hobbs, excuse me. Mike Bupp, myself, Tim Pike, Terry Pierce, Ashley Springer, Niles Endereg, thank you, and Preston King. All right, let's see. So we met at 6 o'clock this evening, and we toured 3 parks. Well, 2.5 parks, right? Really?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, we did Dillingham, we did Campbell,
Right.
and then we did the pollinator patch
Collier Circle.
near Collier Circle Pond.
Yeah, it was really good and nice. Any announcements? Okay.
So no announcements at this time. The next meeting
Yep.
will be
Oh, yeah,
August.
Oh, it wasn't on the. I'm sorry.
I know. I keep forgetting that.
August. I bet it's going to be the.
Yeah, I think it's going to be.
I can do the calendar. 5th.
Yeah.
August 5th.
I'm just saying.
August 5th.
I will not be in town.
Unacceptable.
You want to try to do another? What we can talk about another parks visit?
We can do that. Do you want to do that at the next one, or do you want to do it?
Well, when Preston comes back.
Yeah.
All right,
so
let's
do
do
you
it.
want to do it in
We don't do
September?
it in September. It's pretty nice weather.
Yeah.
Okay.
So why don't we plan on the September 9th
Okay.
meeting?
And that will be at 6 o'clock, and we'll figure out where to go.
Yeah, we can go like Hoeing. We could do Stevens, which we did last year, but we can do it again. And so, yeah, we can look at whatever else we want to do. That's
Good.
If we go to Hoeing's, I'd say we can make a quick run, and we have 2 more pollinator patches
yeah, we could do the.
at the plant, and I show you the
Yeah, that's perfect.
solar fields.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
That's part of our system now.
Yeah, let's.
And I think a lot of people don't even know we have the pollinator patches back in there. So.
Yeah.
And along the way, we can talk about potential, those paths.
Yes.
Trails.
Yep.
You
and the
tour the
trails
barn.
in between. Yep.
We can tour the barn.
What barn are you guys talking about?
It's at Hoeing.
My backyard.
At Hoeing.
Oh, that?
There's a rundown barn that's on that park property.
Okay.
So you will see it.
All right. Citizen comments on the agenda items. Jerry, you got anything to say?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Next item.
Jerry Klobakowski, 17300 Fletchall Road, Poolesville, Maryland. Mele
Just a second, Jerry.
Kaliki Maka,
Hold
that's,
on.
what?
Is anyone taking notes? Minutes?
Who would like to? If anybody would like to.
I got it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Sorry, Jerry.
Mele Kaliki Maka, that's Merry Christmas, and since it's July, is it Christmas in July?
Yeah.
I'm your present.
Wow.
No, I've only got 2 things to talk about. One is parking signs on the south side of Hughes Road next to Halmos 3 Ball Field. There used to be at least 3 there. I know there was one down near the corner of Tom Fox and Hughes Road and Tom Fox. And that one was taken down by a truck. And why do I know it's a truck? Because the guy left his bumper behind. Okay? That one's never been replaced. A couple weeks ago, there were 4 cars parked on the Halmos 3 ball field sides facing south. And then there was one facing north on the same side. There's no and the curb is yellow from the start of that, just a little before the start of the field, where the field is, all the way down to Tom Fox. It needs to be chipped a little bit and repainted, but the bottom line is there's supposed to be no parking there. That truck accident happened somewhere either before or right after 2020. And it's like, do I need to go to Home Depot and get a no parking sign and a metal pole and go put it up? That's wrong.
Well, those
Number
signs
one.
well, first off, those signs were put up wrong in the first place. They shouldn't have been put in. There was Eddie Coleman, belongs to the church, and they didn't want people parking in the grass, which is a natural parking.
No, excuse me. That's
on the
not
other side.
where.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Excuse me.
No.
Excuse me, all right? I supported that. So it wasn't only Eddie Coleman, there were people parking on, that is the northbound side. I'm talking about the south side, that'd be the
Contiguous with the ballpark.
north side, this would be the south side, anyways, bottom line is directly next to the curb where Halmo Street ball field is. And I understand why we wanted it on both sides, because if fire engines or emergency equipment had to come through, we didn't want people parking on both sides of the street that may impede them going to an emergency of some sort. That was the reason. Eddie was the president. He was part of the financial committee on the OLP church, but that is irrespective, has nothing to do with it. Bottom line is people are parking there, and, you know, people who are turning to go onto Tom Fox off of Hughes, that could be a problem.
Okay.
All right, so I don't understand why they haven't been replaced. The second thing is, recently, I don't know what company it was, again, this is Hughes Road, was installing fiber conduit along the sidewalk on Hughes. And every now and then, you'd see a 2-foot by maybe 1-foot patch that was excavated, you know, and they ran the conduit, and then they put the thing back. The reseeding was done, and covering of it was done haphazardly. Rather than getting a mat which has the seed, the fertilizer, and everything in it, and cutting it out to fit those squares and anchoring it in, they did hand seeding, they put straw on top of it. 2 days later, windstorm came up, it's gone. Half the seed hasn't taken, and it's like, excuse me, if you're gonna do a job, do it right. And to sit here and say, well, you know, it's not whoever, we need to contact those people and tell them, do it right. It's our street, it's our sidewalk, it's our town. And if anybody's got a problem with that, then I'm sorry. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Okay, so I'd like to comment on the Hughes Road and the Comcast that came through.
Yeah, it was Comcast who did it, and I did,
Absolutely right.
and I did have a conversation.
And the other
with them.
thing is a lot of the straw's missing because people cut their grass and they cut right over
Yeah,
the
they
straw.
cut the grass
Yes.
or
So
blow
it evacuates all the seeding and it takes away all the straw.
And-
So
And
it's
I think they didn't do a good job of delineating where they had done their work either. And so we had a conversation even before. So they didn't have a permit to do the work initially. I had to call them. I have a good contact now named Joel. He was very responsive. I had them stop. They filled in what was temporary. They left. They got a permit. They got all of the requirements that they were supposed to. And then they came back and did the work. About the seeding, we've done seeding with straw before and haven't had the same issues that they've had. And so, you know, part of it is making sure that they are aware of it. It's in the requirements, in the permit. It's in the permit requirements that they have to follow all of the procedures that we have. And so that's one thing that we have a conversation with. The problem usually is that once Comcast is done with it, they're done with it. And it's very hard to get them back.
I hope not because I have a big new terminal in front of my yard. It's been
Actually,
opened up
refer
for
'em to
a month.
Kevin,
Yep. No. Yeah.
our lawyer, and say, excuse me, but you signed a permit, this was supposed to be done, it
Yep.
was not done properly, come back and do it right, or see you in court.
Yeah.
Stop issuing them
Float a
permits.
bond.
Yep.
We stop, we hold permits for them?
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I think we'll have a conversation with the next time they apply for a permit. That's the other way of handling it
I
is
understand that.
is doing that.
If it's-
But that is a conversation I had with the contractor, who is not, unfortunately, is the guy who's just doing the work.
He's a subcontractor. So anyhow, talking about that, since they have done majority of the molding and infrastructure of the lines, when are they coming back to finish out some of the connections?
So that we don't know yet, and so that we again, it becomes they go off and they do something along, you know,
You know, the
Pennsylvania,
three.
and then they come back and we.
And I'm not complaining, but on
Yeah.
my property it's a 3-foot by 6-foot deep hole that's been there for a month.
Yeah.
They don't have a fence around it, and it all takes a dog to go in or a kid on a bike just to play around, and then am I liable?
Yeah, right.
That, so
Well, and that
that'll
is
be-
their responsibility, and if something were to happen there, they would be liable.
So we got to contact
And
them
so,
saying they got.
yeah, so send me the pictures of it,
Oh, well,
and then we'll use that
I
as the
love
entry
sending
point.
emails. I love sending my emails, Niles, you know that.
Yes.
And just to add on to that, it's like, when they put the dirt back, you know, they didn't tamp it down. They just
Right.
left humps all over the place, you know, and anyways. So, and
Yep.
it's like, as an aside, I don't know if they're doing the same thing over here at Willard's. Normally, when they do something like that, they do hydro seeding,
Yeah,
or they have the mats.
yep. And some of it is where they're doing it, where they're gonna put in buildings, like on Fisher.
Yeah.
Those are all gonna be lots, so some of it, they're preparing the ground just to kind of do it, and then we're working on that too. And we'll be doing some reseeding over there ourselves, since we redid the sidewalk there.
Anyways, thank you,
Thank you, Jerry.
and gentlemen.
Those stop signs, we had an issue with that 15, 20 years ago.
At that intersection?
Right, and it was, we decided if they kept parking there, we were gonna pull their permit. Was it a permitted?
Oh.
Oh, it was,
Remember
there.
they were
I
parking-
don't know, it
you're
looked
talking
to
when they
me
were
like it
parking
was the
down-
ball field, you
East
know.
Ball was parked in the
And
house.
George
Yes.
Dale used to go over there and.
So,
I think it was Hughes Road.
so we sent
Oh, Hughes
emails, and that
Road.
was the other thing after we did, is we sent emails again to the coaches.
Right.
And we had a conversation with the coaches.
That was a big
about-
issue. Then we put signs in.
About parking as well there.
Yeah, I
So now, sometimes they will, when they are delivering equipment and stuff like that, will allow them to park on the grass.
But, yeah, and also,
Just being there.
there was two cars, they went down that little driveway to go to the field.
Yeah,
One was parked this way, the other was parked this way on the grass.
yeah. And so sometimes we will let them do that if they're delivering
I
equipment.
understand if they got a lot of equipment, ball bags and all the
Yep.
other stuff, and, you know, they park, they unload.
Yep.
And, you know, they go around the corner.
Yes,
But the other thing is, I know when they come out of, if people are coming out of Bodmer, taking a right onto Hughes to get on the Tom Fox, with those cars that are already lined up, it's a blind spot, so if they come out,
yes,
Yep.
you know, it goes down, and like Jerry said, I mean, it's a single, it's a
yeah. It's a
solid
slower-
two-way
Yeah.
road now, but when you park there, it's single way, and then,
Yeah.
I mean, on the weekends, when they have, you know, the youngsters out there playing, it's
And-
deep.
And that's the hardest time, when there's not 4 cars, there's 12.
Yeah.
And that's where, you know.
They also park
try to-
on, they also actually park on Tom Fox after the four-way intersection. If you
Yep.
come back, my lady presentation, so,
And that might be a communication thing we do with the coaches again, about where to park, you know, just try to push
I mean, there's
people
two
Probably, yeah.
further down.
parking lots, one on Bodmer and one off of Tom Fox.
Yeah.
And sometimes those get full before, you
Preston
know,
knows,
because
they,
of the
they
tournament.
park under the trees and everything else.
Elmo's Park
Yeah.
is used so much
Yes.
now. Every field, a soccer field, it's limited park. It's not enough parking.
Yeah, that's been the issue. So we'll have conversations about how we can address
For
it.
$20 a car, they can come up and park.
Hey! I like
you're
that.
thinking.
There you
Oh, it's
Now
like,
you're
that's
thinking.
10 to the town, 10 to you.
Make some money, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, have a good evening.
Thank you, Jerry.
Perfect,
All
thank you,
right.
Jerry.
Thank you.
All right, number 5. Anyone else have anything to say about the Hughes Road and parking and overseating or lack of overseating? All right,
Good evening, Jerry.
approval of minutes, June 3rd, meeting minutes. Everyone had a,
Mike, I was,
I'll make a motion to approve.
all right, a motion on the table, a second?
Question, who was here for that one?
Oh, yeah. I forgot to put,
We all were.
it was everyone. It
I
was-
came late,
I
yeah.
meant to put, you came in
saw
late,
that,
which
yeah.
I'll note. With that amendment that I'll update that
You don't
all
have to
Parks
put
and
out
Rec
it
members
came
were
late, I
here.
mean.
I think I was virtual.
You were.
Remember, I was on the water, you guys were mad at me?
Yeah, yeah.
We thought you were at the,
Yeah, I wish.
you Circle Pond.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was afterwards, actually, Preston.
All right, so there's a motion to approve, a second?
I think Ashley.
Ashley second, and you had a question? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 5-0, and I guess 0, okay. No one else to
It
vote,
would
right?
be 1, because there's 1 abstention, or 2 abstentions.
Who?
Tracy and Christina.
But they can't abstain if they're not here.
It counts as abstentions for the purposes of voting. So so when they are not here, we do this all the time at the commissioners. When they're not here, we note that they are not here in every vote.
We never did that on this board, ever. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
So we have 2,
two people who are absent.
502.
all right, that's fine, I didn't even know that, okay.
Yeah, it's not in this. It's one of those technicality things. It doesn't matter.
I'm gonna have to
but-
read Robert's rules
Yeah.
over again, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. All right, new business.
Okay.
Appointment of new student members. Everyone had a packet, we read it. Niles, you want to talk about that?
Sure. So at the last meeting with the imminent departure of Nicole Bocek, who was here earlier for the park tour, we discussed adding a new Parks Board member. Both Jade Tillerman and Elizabeth Reed have expressed interest in the student position, and staff has spoken with both of them since the last meeting. So the staff recommendation is that the Parks Board appoint both students to the student member position so that they can share the responsibilities of the student Parks Board member. As we previously stated, the student position is a non-voting member of the board. So, so basically, it's just a motion for you guys to appoint both to the student position, just so that's on the record.
Okay. I like the idea. Two better than one, right? Some more input from students. I think Nicole was a great addition
I
to the
can
board.
say, those are two sharp people right there.
Yeah.
She's part of that tree program and everything, and, oh,
Yep.
yeah, that'd be great.
Eagle Scout?
Yep,
Yep.
both.
Yep, yep.
And she has an Eagle Scout project in the works.
Yep.
And they're both juniors or seniors?
They're both
Rising seniors.
rising seniors.
Okay,
They're
so
both
we'll have
rising
them for at least
seniors.
a year. Good.
3 years now.
Okay. We just have to make a recommendation then.
So because it's not an official appointment, it's your appointment. So you guys just have to make a motion to appoint them.
Okay. Anyone want to make a motion to appoint?
Motion to appoint both students to the Parks Board?
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
5. Any noes? Nays? And 2 abstentions.
2 in abstention.
In abstentions?
No, it's just a comment. No worries about it.
Giving you a bad time. I was reading, was that little thing, summarize you gave us about what we learned on the park?
Yes, that's in the pack.
Is that
That's in the
from, like-
memo. That's not in the pack.
Who wrote that?
I did.
Did we, okay.
What,
Wayland Commons?
oh, did I misspell it?
Wayland's. I thought it was an AI thing.
Yeah, it's probably just that it's.
It's fine.
Yeah. I
He spells like
apologize.
I thought we had another park.
What happens is sometimes I'll voice type and it says Wayland as Wayland.
Yeah.
We're in, the Alien franchise.
Okay, lessons learned on private Wayland Commons event.
Okay, so at the June 3rd meeting, the Parks Board recommended approval of the all-day event on Wayland Commons. Following the event, staff would like to share some lessons learned and make recommendations for future such events. Due to the anticipated volume of traffic on Wayland Commons, the Parks and Streets Department had one staff member there all day to change out the trash cans, open and close the bathrooms, and handle anything else. Did Charles do anything else?
Yep.
Yep. This was not an issue for the town, but the town did incur a cost. Because we had to pay the employee. Because of the town's fee structure doesn't have a fee for a first staffed event like this on Wayland Commons. So this was the first time we had a staff member all day. The applicant was charged just the pavilion rental fee of $60 for all day. So that's like, if you have a birthday party in one of the parks, it's $60. The staff recommends that for future events like this, so basically an all-day event, the fee structure should be $200 for 4 hours and $400 for 8 hours. This will cover the town's expenses and align this type of event with the structure used for sporting tournaments at other town parks. So when we have a tournament, it's the same fee structure. It's $200 and $400. If the Parks Board agrees to this change, then the Parks fee can make a recommendation to the town commissioners by motion.
Okay.
I thought we put something in that initial draft.
We did, because remember the baseball tournaments that used to go in March?
Yeah.
Yes.
There
But it
wasn't,
wasn't just for the, I know there was a
We
big
talked about
focus
the
on.
field, I thought.
on the tournament.
Right, but it wasn't,
I thought there was something specifically for other events that,
so the way that it's structured doesn't really talk about Wayland, and that's why we wanted to make it
Okay.
specific
Okay.
for Wayland Commons, so that it's, because it's sort of nebulous how Wayland Commons is treated, because it technically doesn't have a pavilion, it's technically not a sports field, so it's sort of its own thing. So this is adding for the type of facilities that we have.
So for 4 hours, $200, you get what?
So you would, basically, you would be able to use all the facilities, and you would have staff.
One step.
So, yes, to open and close the bathrooms and to change out trash and such, like what Charles did
yeah,
that day.
make sure toilet paper stays.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure.
And so that's generally typically the cost that we're looking at incurring because that's what the town incurred. So it's just recouping that cost.
400 for 8 hours, $400 for 8 hours, okay.
Yep,
And that's the same as it is for a baseball tournament. or-
correct, exactly. And they're dragging fields. There's a couple of other things that happen with those sports tournaments. So there's slightly more work, but it's the same pay regardless, you know.
I like the idea. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mr. Hobbs?
Well, I was taking some notes on, we got another event, what, Friday at Wellcomes?
Yep,
What's that? What-
Yes.
Something, B,
yeah,
But with this one,
Yes.
yes.
this event's for little kids.
Yeah, it
Yes.
is. So
Movie
I,
on there and stuff.
yes.
but again, I would anticipate with the amount of attendance that we've had so far. Now, there is some weather pending, I think, on
Yeah.
Friday. So I don't know if they're gonna, if Tara or somebody might reschedule it
Yeah.
for a later
That's a
day.
town event?
That's a town
Okay,
event,
it's not
and
part-
that is
That's our
covered
event.
through,
And we'll make a call on that weather-wise.
yes,
On Thursday or?
yeah.
Friday morning?
Sometimes, lately, hey, one day is good, you wake up in the morning, oh, here
Yeah.
they come. So,
So
but
probably
normally
Friday
by
morning.
Thursday, we'll have a good feel for we'll go roll or not.
Yeah.
On that one.
Okay.
But those events, because they're town-sponsored events, don't impact the fees. So there, it's because we often get revenue from them, actually, and so
True.
that works out.
And this event, the town doesn't have a whole lot of money output on it. And it's not like the big red, white, and blues
Correct,
and stuff
correct.
like that. So if we have to shut it at the last minute, I think a couple $100 for the film.
Yeah, exactly. It's the screen and the projector is the biggest
Pretty much
cost,
That's the only thing we have
and
cost-wise.
sponsorships and stuff
Yeah,
cover
when's the
that.
last time that we revisited fee structures, even for, for
Yeah.
the parks and everything else like
So
that?
we did the fee structure, well, we did all of the permitting fees this past year, so not the past fiscal year, in '26. And so we can look at the fee structure, basically for parks, it's basically, now 2.5 fees, the 200, 400 fee and the $60 fee.
Right.
More or less. Those are the two fees that really impact the park, I think.
I imagine we're pretty comparable with the other municipalities.
Yeah. And we tend to want, we don't want to, for the $60 one, we don't want to, be overly burdensome for someone having a birthday party at a pavilion.
No.
And so, generally, that's kind of how it's treated. It's in that $50, $60 range, just so that there's something that says you're responsible for picking up after yourself. They don't always do it, but that's the intent of that kind of stuff, is to have them have a little bit of ownership over using the pavilion for that time. So that's where there's less cost involved, except for in man hours,
3 hours for a party,
Yes,
it would just be the 60.
correct. Yeah.
The 200 doesn't kick into.
Doesn't kick in, and that's also related to volume. So the other thing that would be part of it is, do you have enough people to warrant a staff person? If it's 20 people, they're here for 3 or 4 hours, that's less of a concern. Usually they pick up after themselves, sometimes they don't, and we have to
But in general,
address that,
they,
but
they.
usually they're good.
They're very good about it, backing up at the cans.
Yeah,
Once again, we live in a great town.
yeah, exactly. Residents are good.
Perks.
so,
In general.
Yeah.
In general,
Yep.
they take care of those towns.
Another?
No, that was it.
Okay. Do we ever have, how about a security deposit? Do we require that?
So we do that for some things. We have a $100 security deposit that we've done for this building. We've done a $100 security deposit for something else too. We did
Fields,
for the fields.
the bathhouse,
And so so we could incorporate that into how the fee structure is. So we could either have a deposit in,
has there ever been anything broken?
not really, no.
Do we visit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And for here, every once in a while, somebody scuffs something, but it's,
Nothing intentional.
nothing intentional, yeah.
We don't allow bonfires out here.
Right, correct. You can't anyways, yeah.
Well, I'm saying, but you never know. It would ruin our field.
No, totally.
Would this change the structure of how we approve this now that we're charging more? No.
No, it wouldn't, no. It would just be the same process for things like this, for the event that we did. It's just more our incurred costs, because this is really the first time we had an all-day thing here, and we realized what the cost was, and so that sort of changed things a little bit.
All right. Any more discussion?
What are you thinking?
Get your
I'm
police
just thinking,
officer hat on.
when do you determine if somebody needed a permit?
So generally, so what we always require people, basically when they do an event, to submit an application. And then we determine what fee they need or things like that. So generally, it's based on what they apply to. It's worth pointing out that you don't always need a permit. If you just wanted to do something in one of the parks,
Like a birthday party.
like a birthday party,
That's what I'm thinking. If a group of 15 people want
Yeah.
to go take their granddaughter over and celebrate under the pavilion,
yeah,
They can do it.
they can do it.
need it.
However, if somebody has already reserved that pavilion, they have the right of first dibs, basically.
Yeah.
And
they
so,
have a copy saying, hey,
hey, they have something that says, we have it for this time. Really, what you were doing when you were reserving, when you were getting a permit is really just reserving the time.
Right.
But they are public parks, and so as long as it's, daytime, they can use them, and they can use them mostly how they can. There are
within rules.
rules that apply to that. But that's why we have a good conversation with people when they, we encourage them to apply.
Right.
Because then that allows us to, one, it reserves them the time. Two, it allows us to tell them the rules, so we make sure that they're aware of it. And three, it just makes things more orderly. And they get used a ton. I want to say there's something like, I think since we started the website, there's been something like 11,000 permits through the parks over the years. So that's from 2014. That's like
11,000?
something like that. I'll check it again, but it was it was some big number, because it's something like that.
That's insane.
Hundreds and hundreds a
11.
year.
That's awesome.
So 11,000 times
60?
3 hours minimum,
Yeah.
2 hours minimum,
Yeah.
if not more.
And some of them, it all sort of factors in. And you have to think of every time they're reserving a ball field for they have to put one in every time. So there's some that is the repeat one every time.
Right.
But it's, and that's since 2014. So that's, 14 years worth, of permits. So it's a few hundred each year, basically. If you think about it that way. I'll check the website later to get the exact number.
Mr. King busy.
Yep.
Mowing those lawns.
Okay.
All right. So, Terry, you like it?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Ashley?
All good.
Makes sense, yeah.
Well, let's entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that the Whalen Commons falls under the same fee structure as all the other parks.
Second.
Second by Terry. All in favor?
Aye. Yep.
5,
0-2.
no nays, and 2 and abstention.
Yeah.
Okay, we write that down. All right, next, moving right along here, where's my thing? All right, old business, follow-up discussion on Wayland Commons signs. I assume this is for the request we got from Mrs. Johnson?
Mrs. Johnson, yep.
And we decided, I think someone made a couple of suggestions, we decided to maybe collectively get a whole database of all past commissioners.
And so that's going to take some time. So
Oh, yeah,
putting
we-
together,
And it's not gonna come out of this board.
Right.
We have to start a smaller group.
that was going to be your recommendation. We didn't talk about that last time. We had talked about that.
You don't want me doing it, because
What?
I think it's a great idea. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we can't do it off this board.
Yeah.
We don't have the,
But I wanted to, I just sort of provided some information in the packet.
Okay. Do it.
Just about what we have done already. So I included the criteria that we do for naming streets, parks, and fields. And then the next page, I think after that, I just included the people who are currently on the approved list, who are not currently, who have not currently been selected for a street or a park or something like that. I will note, however, there are a couple of names, including Roy Johnson, who were not on the list when it was first generated in 2020, because there are streets in the county that have the name Johnson Parkway being one, but that have that name. And so our general tendency has been to try not to duplicate names that are in the county. However, that doesn't apply to parks. We can have parks named whatever we want. So this list will need to be updated anyways to include people like Roy, Andy Johnson, I think, also fits into the criteria. Jerry will be added, and,
Oh,
if,
Preston King.
Preston eventually.
Wade Yost has to.
Wade, yes, when he, again,
When he
he can't be
retires.
active, so when he retires,
When he retires.
and when eventually Preston retires,
Not gonna retire.
they'll be added to the list.
John Strong.
There's someone else that we were, John Strong, we can probably make our own category for John Strong, since he's technically not a.
Anything with Jerry,
town-
Jerry, I have a
Yes.
dumpster at the plant. Jerry dumpster.
Yeah,
So I wanted to segue,
Full all the time, Preston.
yeah.
Preston.
I do want to segue a little bit, because I was going to talk about it during my commissioner meeting, but since we're talking about the commemorative, with emails with Samantha and Roy's initial plaque, freestanding plaque, when I presented it to the commissioner meeting, we got to come up with a specific, detailed list. Does it just for local leaders, first responders, veterans? So there's a lot of criteria that we have to engage on who and how the family will determine what we do. We just can't put plaques everywhere around town. We got to do it a little bit smaller, maybe some engraved pavers throughout the park,
Right, and
There's a lot of different things we can do, but what we discussed at the commissioner meeting is the Parks Board to come up with a description
Yeah.
and a criteria of who should be, it's 10 years is typically,
Yep. So let me just read the three things that we've already established for naming parks, streets,
Yep.
and fields, which is an individual who has at least 10 years of service with the town in elected and/or appointed capacity, is not currently in office or serving on a board or commission. So that basically covers commissioners, at all of the various boards, and then the appointed staff. And then any individual who has made a significant contribution to the town or community. So that's the broadest of the category. So we can determine what that means in more specifics.
Like, what is significance?
What is exactly? So this is a good example of
Just like
something.
everyone gets a trophy list? Sorry.
And then then a name with local historical significance, and then a name of a flora fauna indigenous to the area. So that's where all of the other ones kind of end up being that. And we have plenty of town streets that are named for flora and fauna, things like that. So that is mainly the same way that we.
Name a street.
Well, one will be the new one, which will be
that's-
Wild Turkey Way.
Okay, there's one. We
And
said
then,
any.
trying to think of other ones that are either under the flora or fauna one.
Wild Turkey Lane.
Yeah, that is it. That one? Oh wow.
The extension?
Yeah,
We don't have we don't
we
have,
have
flowers.
Is that a wild flora,
gray
fauna, or
violets,
drink?
none of
Yeah.
that.
is all the rest are names. I'd never really thought about that before.
They're all named.
Most towns, most of them are
No,
flora and
originally,
fauna.
the Woods of Tam was supposed to be American Elm.
Yes. Yeah.
A lot of those streets, yeah.
Yeah.
Named after, and then we changed them, I guess.
Yeah. And I think that happened over time as people, sort of did it. So yeah, just one of those things that I never thought about before.
So, okay.
Yeah.
So if I resign right now, I could be on that list.
Correct.
Really?
Yes.
See you later, Timmy.
anybody make a motion?
Don't you second it?
I'll make the motion if you resign.
You gotta sit here then.
Adjourned?
So my point is, if we want to expand who gets recognized, or if we want to find different levels of recognition, so doing, pavers or doing benches or whatever. Again, as we said, for the benches, it's been families get to put a plaque on in memory of someone, basically, and that's on a first come first served basis.
Can we add more benches?
I mean, we could always add more benches. I don't know.
Is it feasible? Add more benches?
I mean, the only object there is money. Is do we want to spend money?
And actually, there's aesthetics to it
Yes.
too.
Oh,
Then you have a
Right now, it's
breakout. You have
balanced. We have 8.
to- Then you have to put a pad around there too.
Yeah, you'd have to put a bump out.
So it would be a couple of $1,000s at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, but if we wanted to do two more, you know, there is the capacity to. But, you know,
I mean, I could think of one person who was on this board who passed away in January. Kevin Carmack. He did a lot for the baseball, the town. He was on this board,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, we can always name pollinator patches too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's
I
other
mean, we
things
can.
I say, yeah. so-
There's other things besides ballparks.
So going forward, do we have to make the recommendation, we're gonna work on that, or what'd you guys suggest?
Going back to the board to go through,
We need something.
Yeah, I think the question was.
you know, are we doing commemorative? Are we doing memorials? Are we doing
Oh.
Yeah, I think,
recognition? Or
I think the question is, what do we want beyond what we already have, if we do? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, do we want a more formal way of commemorating people who don't fall into any of these categories? And so therefore wouldn't have a street or a park or whatever, do a pollinator patch one where it's expanded more? Or do we want to, you know, look at other, like we, you know, last time we talked about doing things online, talked about doing pavers, you know, like there's various different things.
there's plaques on trees, you know, if they
Yeah.
wanted to plant a tree and
Yeah.
put their family name
And
on it.
again, they already do that
Correct.
now in Whalen Commons. We could expand where we do that if people want to. In Campbell Park, if somebody wanted to have a tree named there, we
Right.
can expand this program to that as well. And that's an easy one to do that, you know, that's just buying the little.
Are we gonna have a path out here connected?
Yep, there's gonna be, well, it's gonna be a sidewalk and then a path around.
We could put pavers on there,
Yeah, mhm.
be part of the commissioner.
Yeah. So, you know, that's another option we can do. You know, so there's various different options we could do depending on, more of my thought was for this meeting was just kind of setting the conditions under which we can make whatever decision you guys want to do.
But we all felt this, you know, there.
Yes.
Once we get the system is, people should be recognized.
Yeah.
You know, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I'm surprised this never came up before, recognizing a commissioner or something like that.
Well, it's mainly been done through this, you know, streets and fields and parks, you know,
I'm
process.
surprised it's never,
So generally, in like what we did in 2020, which is I think when the original list was done, is at that time Bobby went through and tried to pick out people who followed those criteria as best she could. Again, she was thinking about it more for streets, not for anything else. So that's where you know, the Johnsons didn't get added and things like that. She was looking at just what could be possible street names. But with the parks, there are people who fall under that first category, but wouldn't.
is there gonna be a park over here?
So yes, but this board had already recommended. so
Right.
There's going to be.
Williams, Johnson.
So William Taylor, who's on the
Taylor, that's
list.
right, yeah.
Will be the smaller park that will be on this side.
Okay.
And then the big park on the far side will be Willard Green, because that's that
What
was
about-
their request.
What about that walkway that they just put in going up the hill towards John Pool House? We name that walkway?
I mean, we could if we wanted to. It hasn't come up before, so that's a good example of
Yeah.
something that hasn't come up. Is do we name the trails? You know,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, it just feels like this is going down a
Wow, a rabbit hole. we-
slope that
Yes.
everything in town is going to be named.
Yeah.
Hey, if they pay for it, make some money, right, Alan?
Memorial Park.
Well,
I get that's-
right. It's not. I mean, it's more.
I'd increase my salary.
Everyone likes to be recognized.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
get that.
thing, like, where do you draw the line?
That's what I,
Now,
That's very
we also, if I remember correctly, we also talked about adding a web page to our town page
Yes.
for a memorial and just a bio for everybody that is existing. Just
like-
so when people visit, you know, they can get recognized.
Chat GPT the other day, and I said, past commissioners, it only went back to 1948.
Yeah, I'm
Weird.
not surprised at that because that's probably based on what is, because it was a chat GPT. It was probably based on what the state
Right, it was a state
and
thing.
and
yeah.
the state has only going back to 48 because prior to that, you basically have to go into the archives and physically try to pull out minutes to figure out who it was.
Does the town have a town historian?
So
Probably not.
So the closest thing to that, who has a lot of the records, is Tom Kettler, because he has done it through the historic metro.
Yep, exactly.
He has a ton of records going back.
Can we appoint him town?
I mean,
We can right now.
There's no office of it. We can I can talk to Tom
Well, he
about
could be
it.
on the committee. He loves history.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
He did a lot of history on the streets in the area.
Yeah. So, but the point is that, like, that is a good question. Like, can we reconstruct commissioners that would fall under this category going all the way back? We could. A lot of them, though, have also already been named, going to Elgin and all that,
Right.
that kind of stuff.
What if we started a subcommittee, a town historical committee? And from that, we can do the recognitions and things.
Uh,
I mean, we got to start somewhere.
yeah.
We have to have,
Yeah. I mean, if that's what you guys want to do, we can recommend that and have that conversation. So.
Actually, I'm not opposed to that.
that would give us some direction, and then we can always add to the bridge.
There's a lot more, I mean, Link, I know he's got plenty on there, but he's an unbelievable
He
mind
actually-
of knowledge of history that,
Well,
Yeah.
and that becomes complicated. Yeah, Link could definitely help us with it, but Link is an interesting.
Ray Hoeing has a lot of history. He wrote a book about that.
Yeah. And that's where Hoeing Park is named after is for him. So
Is that Link or Ray?
it's for Ray. So Link technically, again, also qualifies. Between
he does.
his service on the commissioners and the planning commission and such. And so that becomes a good example. Is there a place where we want to name it Link? After that, or Lincoln, or however, because obviously Hoeing.
or a statue like, the Gettysburg Address and
There
just
we
put
go.
Link on
Yeah,
a
yeah.
corner of,
Or if we
you know,
have a golf course,
yeah.
Yeah.
links.
Yeah.
Just buy some more property that we, have no access to, of course.
We could have had the golf course.
Yep.
We could have had it.
But no, I mean, so we could look at a committee and sort of see how we.
All right, so you want to go back to the commissioners?
I will go back. I think we have one on the 22nd.
22nd.
Yep, so I'll go back with the recommendations and
Yeah,
we'll fine tune everything and
we'll get a few people and go ahead.
Yeah,
Link will be taking notes and we'll recommend them.
There we go. That'll be
I'll
perfect.
get Tom
I
Kettler.
can do that, yeah. Tom will be there.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
a little late, but he gets there.
Falls asleep.
Jerry will be here.
Yep.
I might have to start going.
You guys should come. It's fun.
I watch him. I always watch him next night.
There you go.
Funny. In between office.
Yep.
I think it's funny. You guys do a good job. You guys and Sarah. Okay, so I guess we're going to do a recommendation, commissioners,
Yep.
and it will be ongoing. I'm sure we'll talk about it again.
Yep.
All right, any other old business? Guys want to bring up anything?
I don't think we have anything else big at the moment.
Yeah, we're going to wrap this up. You're getting tired, huh? It's a long day.
You figure I'm on the ground at 6:30.
Yep.
No, well, you've been on the sun. You're all.
You make yours quick, I'll make mine.
All right. Well, don't go, just, okay, Superintendent of Parks and Streets report.
Okay, real quick, Jerry did bring up a point about that parking over on Hughes Road. And I've been allowing those guys to park in that grass to try to get the vehicles off the road. And then there's parking signs that were put up across the road because of Eddie didn't want people parking in that area right there.
Yeah.
So that wasn't done because of a logistic. That was done because he didn't want nobody on the church ground. So we should probably have a review section, how we want to handle, and if we can improve because I actually took the chain and poles down that were there so the coaches could pull in, drop their gear off, and they parked some of the vehicles up on top there. There is room there. We could do some parking. We'd have to take a couple trees down. But I think if we really, we could fill in the ditch. I'm not fill it in, but, put a flatten it out. We could make some parking over
could have
there. If we
parallel
really,
parking? Yeah.
we
it
got the swell. If I just put some pipe in there, fill it
Yeah, we
flat,
can-
we could actually probably put 10 slots on that one side. And that would handle most of the
That would
practice.
keep people off the street.
Would
Yeah.
keep people
Yeah.
off the street. As I'm saying, we just need two. And across the road, it's really a very wide, and if they could truly pull completely off the road, it wouldn't be no issue on there.
Do we
So,
own that? Is that right away, or is that?
There's right of way there. I don't know
That's
how
our right of way.
wide.
That's our
but-
right of
but-
way there.
But yeah, it is our right of
But
way.
once again, it was put up for the wrong reason. So we need to readdress that, and we can improve that parking there. And I think that maybe the next meeting, we get seriously
Yeah,
down.
yeah, we can
and we can
look
take
at
a
it.
look at that. And it does need to be addressed, because when they are parking out there, it does create an issue.
Yeah,
But I think we have enough room with some in-house you know,
But I have recognized and I've seen when they don't park, when it has no parking on the right-hand side, they still park up the new neighborhood.
Yeah.
With the horseshoe, I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, yeah, the little
But
lorry.
they do
yeah,
park up on
yeah.
the right-hand side where it's 2.5 lanes wide. So it's perfect for still cars to get back on both sides.
yeah.
It's just a
Anyways,
re-
I would like, as a group, I'd like to take that under advisement, and maybe I get some measurements out there myself and just say, hey, I need to
Scout it
do
out,
this,
nice.
this, and this. And we don't need a contractor to do, I just turn it into
Yeah.
my wintertime project.
So you can report back to us next time.
Was that?
You report back.
Yes, yes, I'll have a plan, this time or next,
With
I'll
map,
have
details and
something.
everything.
Yeah, in September, because
Yeah,
we'll be
yeah.
done for the next one.
Yeah, but anyways, I think that's something we can address in-house. It won't cost us anything real, minimal pipe.
Yeah.
I got to fill dirt and everything, but it's something
Yeah.
because it is, once again, all over field. Ball Field 3 didn't go used for years. And it's just been more and more. And now every field, we've been talking about it, our parks are used, so we should adapt. And I think we have room to adapt that area, at least, especially during practice days when most of the parents kick the kids anyways, and you got 4 or 5 coaches. Get them cars off the road.
Yeah.
It'd be that easy, type of thing.
that would-
So, anyways, I'll try to work something out for you guys on that.
Yeah, we really improved that field. That was a,
Yeah, and it's
well, until the high school had to use it.
all the high school used it a couple times this
Yeah,
year.
because they.
They had a whole camp.
Yeah, yeah.
PAA.
The field was under
So,
construction.
go ahead.
I think when we look into that, looking at either pulling it all the way off or if we can do parking bays, what would be more feasible there?
Yeah, we just
So-
gotta take a look
I'm
at
just
it.
saying, just put
Yep.
that in your.
Then you get parking and you also keep people off the street because you can't
Yeah,
park there.
exactly.
So, anyways, so that would just kind of throw it in there. I don't have a tremendous amount to report. Poolesville Day is under 90. So that's on my radar, my security. It was improved, bigger last year. We still got, we'll have more concrete blocks this year on that. So I'm already thinking about what we got to do, where we got to move and stuff like that.
And we'll be meeting with everybody on the 28th.
The 28th, we have with the police and other agencies.
Police,
and
fire,
everything.
everybody.
Yep, getting everything.
That's July.
July, yep.
Yep, we'll get that on board. Now, my only thing is personnel, I'm looking for some personnel, if anybody has any good people that need jobs.
And I
We're looking for it.
I put out the
He got
job
the notice
announcement
out.
today.
I have a 30% loss on stuff. One's long-term, and a couple of them chose to work someplace else. And so,
You're looking for some help.
Any spec-
Or
We already,
No, this
we
is
already filled
full-time.
out for summer help. This is full-time.
full-time?
Yep.
Or the
I need two-
specific, yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
Full-time?
yep.
yes.
I'll call you tomorrow. I know a guy who tried to get a hold of you a while ago.
Okay,
He might have been on vacation.
Okay.
okay.
But anyways, I'm looking,
Specific divisions or,
they're gonna be a Parks and Streets division.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm just telling you, when you think about it, they're going to be labor intense. They're coming at the bottom of the ground. They're weed eating, tree trimming, concrete grinding type of stuff.
This guy
So-
works at Montgomery
So when you
College.
think about it, you got to,
Same thing.
can these people do the physical labor?
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Good. I have
And,
some for you.
you could direct people, it's on the homepage.
It's one that, yeah, he
It's
can
right there.
fill out
You
his
can get
thing and send it
Fill out the application,
I'll
do all
call his
that
wife
stuff.
tomorrow and tell you.
Yep. on there. Besides that, we've had a good summer in the parks. The summer program with Tara, it's just grown constantly. And once again, that also requires more of our time, which, once again, that's what we do. The town is just growing and it's moving in the right direction. I mean, we're a good town, but there's always a cost associated with it, time and money with it. But in the summers, we've had a great summer of events. It really has. We've done, Tara's done very well. Staff has done well supporting it and everything. And, we just got, like I said, Poolesville Day, that's a big event for us. I got a lot to do in the next couple months. The salt building was completed. The second phase is, you'll see the shed Friday out here, or the pad Friday, and we have 2 more pads being poured Saturday, and the additional storage building will be in place in end of the month.
So we'll have a second shed back here, so there'll be 2 now.
Or once again, for Tara's events and us storing stuff. Once again, everything is growing, and we've kind of outgrown, so we have more storage, and then I have more storage for my Christmas stuff down at. I need my other buildings back for
Yes.
my other stuff.
Yep.
I got Christmas stuff. It looks like somebody's back shed. We got Christmas stuff all over there. So anyway, once again, the second phase of our expansions, we did the salt bin and all that. I completed that this summer, and now we're doing the second phase where the enclosed buildings And water department gets one of them, I get one, and Terry gets one. And so we've used it, we spread it out with all the departments, because all of us are growing, our departments are growing. They're up here, there's storage is,
There's stuff
Big thing.
literally back in our electrical closet here that needs to be moved out.
so, like I said, just busy, good busy, no complaints, but I do need some personnel. And if you guys know some reasonable people that are willing to work and be on time.
Yep.
Be on time.
Thank you. You do a great job. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, down and dirty.
Mr.
5 minutes. All right, most of the commissioners, except for, I think, one had attended the good old summer MML conference down in Ocean City for 4 days. Learned a lot. Niles were, I think attendance was down, but Niles and I did as many Parks and Rec
Yes, we did.
seminars we did. Learned about, obviously grants, new infrastructures. We're good because we're always ahead of the game, unlike other municipalities that don't even know where to start, which is kind of sad because they're bigger than us, a lot bigger than us. So we were fortunate to have a great board starting here, and the commissioners and in planning. I mean, everybody. It's a unique town, and our staff, obviously. Met with State Highway Administration months before, last couple months, regarding the curve going out of town, seeing what we can come up with. So actually, ironically, you're seeing it now happen.
Did you see it the other night?
I did.
Yes.
What are they doing?
Man.
Put more rumble strips. So we talked about it. We met our
Yep.
connection down SHA. It went full bore.
I had a meeting with them about the streetscape, which I'll talk about in a second. And we also talked about the curve as well. And so they are evaluating it. They've already done things, which they were originally going to say, we're going to evaluate and then we'll meet with you again. But instead they took, and I will say that, we had started this process. I think it was good that residents also reached out about it because it put even more pressure on them. And that's why they're doing stuff. So it's that kind of advocacy from the commissioners, from staff, and from the public as well that has helped push it along to do things.
See, when I came back to town last night at 10:30,
Yep.
they were cutting rumble strips out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cutting them in?
Yeah, they're mailing them out, and that's what I had proposed. I'm like, instead of doing raised strips, why don't you have the rumble strips going in through, a tunnel or coming up to
A bridge or something like
up
that.
to the airport. It really gets your attention.
They-
You'll slow down the second time after you don't.
They were cutting them last night.
Yep.
And they put 25-mile-an-hour speed limits, which nobody reads it, but they painted it.
It's
On the
painted.
road.
It's on the ground now.
So the reality of
A lot
it is,
a lot of visual now, but they also put the physical.
Yep.
It's going.
and now look, I know people want to talk about guardrails. That's if they put guardrails in, most likely they're going to ricochet. Then they're going to cause more
accidents.
accidents.
Head-ons. They should
So,
go back in the
over
truck.
the last couple of months, I've collected data through MCPD accidents. I mean, matter of fact, they had, one of the officers got head-on collision, or head-on about a month ago or so, probably 6 weeks ago, because somebody blew through partnership at night, even though, I don't know how you don't see red and blue lights in the middle of that night, but totaled the car, and, officer went to the hospital, blah, blah, blah. So anyhow, we do a lot of the behind-the-scenes to give them data that they say they're collecting, but since we collect data, and obviously with the residents and the homeowner,
Yeah,
if we continue in numbers to advocate for it, that's all we can do. And it's not even a Poolesville, it's outside of Poolesville. So I know people can say, well, the commissioner got to do something. We can technically, but when outside of Poolesville, it's a whole different political agenda, right? It's state highway and then MC Dot's partnership. I mean, there's all kinds of things. So, but we're making headway, and that's all I'm happy with, right?
Oh, yeah.
And one of the
Gotta
other
save a life, probably.
Yeah.
And I was like, be proactive and not reactive. And I'm pretty blunt with the people when I get in front of them. Niles can attest to them. I mean, like, I don't have time to sit down and draft a 3-page paragraph or a 3-page article where after the first paragraph, they're like, okay, whatever, But again, where do you set a life? 1, 3, what is your data? Mine's 0. Like, be proactive, not be reactive. It's our tax dollars, again, part of our tax dollars. Just go out and do it. It's not costing that much, rumble strips.
Yep.
painting on the roads, slow down, and, weather conditions. Everybody drives, it doesn't matter if it's straight or if it's a corner, you know when your car is going to hydroplane or be out of control. No different than snow. But again, it's remarkable because I think most of the data that I know is not town residents because we know the corner. But again, it's absurd the amount of things that Milton had to deal with
Since
out there.
January, there's been 5 accidents in that corner. Yeah.
So,
And it's stark when you look at the data. It,
say, has it gone up?
it's gone up, but also it's nothing, because you can overlay it on a map, so you can see everywhere where it was reported. Nothing, 5, nothing. Just that curve.
but again, they don't always report because
Yeah.
people do run through the fence and leave and that's it.
And leave, and that's it. Yeah.
And they leave the car on Wooten Avenue,
Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly.
hit and run.
So anyhow, we've made good headway with that.
The other improvement that they're talking about, but will take a little bit more time because it involves the utility poles, is adding reflectors to the poles. So that when you're coming, you can kind of see.
You don't miss them.
Exactly. You can see where they are and see where the bounds are.
Yep.
So that will take a little bit more time because they have to get permission to do that.
How long before people complain about the rumble strips?
You know what? Right now, I'm sure it's online. I'm like, I don't even care. I mean, it's happened and that's it. And,
We're not gonna drill
there is no perfect solution.
No.
Which I got to tell you, this is a good step forward. And again, if you can't drive,
And they were doing more work today, so it was not, that was what you were.
But again, it's look, this is a big step for us. I mean, people have no idea how long, years of trying to get, and finally, I mean, I'd like to give a little bit of credit to, Niles, Ed, and I, to sit there and get in front of the people's faces, and they're like, I had no idea, and let me put you in touch with the right people, and poof, 2 weeks.
And it helps that we are doing things like the streetscape project, because it means we're in the room with SHA more often. So, we're every month talking to SHA about what we're doing right now, and that means, let me talk to so-and-so, let me do this, while they're all sitting in the room.
And and we have our county and state representatives that are also on board with this. So takes a little time, but again, just keep greasing that squeaky wheel, and things happen. So I'm thrilled about that. So the other thing, well, there's just a couple more things. E-bike and pedestrian safety. Can't stress it enough. Residents, please be cautious. We saw a car accident almost going to the park today, right? I saw a bike, the same kid that was on one of the e-bikes that came through Campbell Park today. Literally, when I was picking up Mike today at 5:45, he just cruised right through Wooten across Fisher, just looked both ways, and that was it. I'm like, dude, just don't be it. Same kids in Hunters Run all the time. Pedestrians, I see them walking at Wooten, same intersection. Don't even hit the button for the flashlights. And not only do they not use the crosswalks, they go diagonal across from Wooten to the elementary school. And I'm like, you're releasing your liability if you're not within that crosswalk. So something happens, you're done. I mean, like, if you're going to get across, get across. Don't waltz across. And it happens a lot. Again, crosswalks at night, don't wear dark clothing. I mean, all the time. Don't run down the middle of the street in Hunter's Run, and then be all surprised when, a car comes up on you and you're like yelling at me. I'm like, shouldn't be running in the middle of the road in dark clothes. But again, just be conscious, guys. And this isn't tough. Be safe, be alive. I mean, it really is that simple. We have a lot of resources in town for this with the lighting, and we're adding more crosswalks for streetscape. Utilize it. You've paid for it. So our MCPD details extended through the summer, which is good. I talk with them probably, I would be remiss, I'm not saying 4 times a week in some capacity, just getting a feel for what's missing, what people are doing, what people should be doing. E-bike safety, I know Jordan Satinsky had went to the high school, and I think another officer went to the middle school just to talk to him about it all.
Sergeant, it was,
Beardsley, maybe?
yeah.
Yep. So we have that detail in place for them to educate. We're not saying don't do it, just be safe about it. You know, again, Westerly and Hughes, very busy road, nobody stops. They pause. I mean, I've been stopped at stop sign, people just look at me and they just cruise through. I'm like, all right, well, that's cool. I know who you are. But golf carts starting to become an issue through MCPD. They are not allowed in town, surely not on Fisher Avenue. You can have,
Or on trail sidewalk?
yeah, everything,
Cutting across the lawn?
everything. Guys, look, it's,
3 on 109.
you can address it. One got pulled over, so, but again, they want to come in town, they can trailer it and trailer it back. I mean, but at least go through the neighborhoods if you want to come out on Fisher Avenue and go to Cugini's and or AHOP or any of the other, I mean, like, but again, it's not, you know the law, and that's what they have to buy. But until, again, they get a warning and then they get impounded. It's very simple. So, just a warning. If you want to have a golf cart or, you know, an ATV, just go somewhere and ride it. There's plenty of trails out in in Montgomery County. We talked about the sign, so I'll leave that. And then July 26th, we have the Farmer's Dedication Plaque sign ceremony at Whalen Commons. July 26th, 6 to 7 p.m., I believe it is.
Yes,
I think it's a Thursday.
it's a Sunday.
Sunday? Oh, it is a Sunday, yep.
Yeah, it's a Sunday.
So we will have a lot of farmers, some of our council members.
With the sign out here?
The sign
yes.
out here. so
Yep.
yes.
The one we-
That has the arrow, correct, in the last line?
So whatever the one with the plaque we put up there, so
Yeah.
yes.
Read the last line.
Okay, what is it? Oh, where it says yeah, I know.
Should and, not a comma.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't.
We'll gold
I
Sharpie
don't
that.
have Language on it, so it's fine.
So,
picked it right.
but that's what I have. That was down and dirty and, but again, it's, we have our next meeting, the commissioner meeting on the 22nd, but we, you know, I know Ashley had talked about something about the ferry. I mean, it's fluid. It's fluid at this stage. We should be, I mean, everybody's seen probably Randy's little article in the Monocacy and all that and online, but we'll see. I think it's lukewarm, but again, it's,
Always been.
yeah, we'll keep, you know, our leaders, us, we'll keep hemorrhaging on that, so.
We are hoping to hear something official from the county soon. So
Yep.
that's sort of what we're next waiting on.
So, other than that, Preston?
Thank you.
I'm gonna end on one piece, which is the streetscape project. We finished the 100% plans, the design.
Nice.
As of July 1st. It's now in the phase that will take, that could take up to 3 months with SHA and then the Federal Highway Administration to get the funds released for, hopefully, October is when we will.
Fiscal year
Are we
42.
going to plan a groundbreaking?
We have not, that
should.
has not been discussed, but we can
we
definitely
should.
talk about it.
You guys did a lot of work on this.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a
Many
long time
years.
Coming, yeah.
Yeah,
Talking about for 25 years,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
so, just giving you that one update.
Good job. All right, I got a question.
Yeah.
Where do we stand on the pavilion that we were going to put out here?
So I was waiting on some design plans that John was going to do, so that we would have a sense of what are our possibilities. I had not received that yet, and so because of everything else that has been going on, but we can discuss it again at the next meeting.
Is it a done deal or?
No.
Okay.
The last discussion we had, this body had
Right.
was we want to see more of what it's going to look like to do that. And that's it's in the hopper of one of the various projects. We're in the middle of, many, many different projects.
So it's down the road.
So it's going to be down the road. Yeah.
It's going to be down the road. I know there were some comments with the commissioners about the visual
Yep.
from people that are buying this house, but I'm looking at these trees, I'm like, you won't see the pavilion anyhow, because you look at your front porch and you're looking into the,
When are we having that tree from the Daughters of American?
that's supposed to be the fall.
That's supposed to be around Veterans Day.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard yet back from Meg anything further about the specifics on that. So we're in a holding pattern on, because it's there. It's the DAR's thing. We're
Yeah.
waiting for them to tell us what they want to do exactly, and then we'll coordinate with them.
All right. Any other comments, questions?
Nope. Ashley, come on, there we go.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
All right, do I hear a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? And there's two that are in abstention. 502. All right, see you, everyone.